Hi guys, welcome back to Mark 1 RC. Don't normally make videos like this, little camera shy, don't particularly like it. Anyway, so just a quick little talk about this, my Maverick Quantum2 Flux. It's been quite a troublesome little car. I like it because it drives very well and initially it seemed very good value for money. However, after one run, my slipper clutch came loose, or in fact sorry, it molded itself to the spur gear and then just totally seized and stripped the spur gear, stripped the original plastic spur gear. So a bit annoying. I've got some new slipper pads and I was able to fit a new spur gear. I fitted the metal spur gear. I fitted a higher tooth pinion. I fitted the maximum 16 tooth pinion. I used a good pinion, RW racing pinion, so it wasn't a crappy one. And yeah, so next thing I know, the bearings on the slipper shaft have gone. They're rattling away, so I've taken them apart. I put new bearings on the slipper shaft, and then before I could even have one, that was one run, and then the second run, the bearings on the slipper shaft went. They just totally collapsed. Yeah, so I replaced the bearings in the slipper shaft, and then I had a problem with the front diff inside there, the front differential, and it's clicking. First of all, it just totally stripped. It's like crunch. And then I bought a new one. It stripped itself quite badly, so I bought a new one. The second one, the crown pinion, for some reason that they did this on the input shaft, it screws on with a 2.6mm Allen bolt countersunk head. For why, I don't know, but that's their logic. They couldn't just make it one piece like an armour one, for example. They had to make it so that this screws on. Anyway, so I tightened it up, I put thread lock on it, lo and behold, it comes loose. Why? I don't know. I had thread lock on it quite a bit, generous helping, but it is what it is. Okay, so we put it back together again and it came loose again. So that's the second time it come loose. I didn't even get 2 battery packs out of it. So I tightened it up again. I got a bit frustrated. I put a mixture of, whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know, but I put a mixture of thread lock and super glue together on the screw for it. And as I was tightening it, the head stripped because it's shite screws. And it's definitely not my Allen drivers, because I bought brand new ones. They're Huddy tools, so I don't think it's the drivers. Anyway, so lo and behold, I'm running it. This comes loose again. Because this has come loose, it's wrapping around inside the diff case. It's damaged the spur. It's damaged the differential crown gear. And it's also where this has been loose, it's also been chipping away at inside the gearbox casing. So yeah, so I'm on my third, including the original one. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a chipped tooth on there. I don't know if you can see it well. Maybe about there. I'm not well prepared for this, but yeah. So that was the second one. The first one I just threw it in a bin. This is the second one. The third one is in there now. I couldn't get a 2.6mm screw to hold this on because they don't sell it. Well, they do sell it, but they haven't got any. The diff casing itself is a little bit chewed, so I bought a brand new diff casing say diff casing, the gearbox housing, the bulkhead if you like, whatever you like to call it, the actual bulkhead, whatever you want to call it. So I bought a brand new one of them, put it together, ran it, bearings on the differential are like, they're all like, you know, they're breaking apart, so I put new bearings on the side of the differential, and yeah, I put all new bearings in the back from the input shaft. From the input shaft I put new bearings on at the back there. It's had new bearings on the sides of the diff itself. I've had to put extra shims in there, but finally I've had this this is historically, now this is the third one in the front. The back one also came loose, but I was tightened that and it's been alright ever since. But historically I've only not even had one battery pack out of this, and so far I've been running it out in my street, not on camera, just ragging it up and down the street, accelerate, brake and speed humps and everything like that, smashing it about a little bit. But so far I've run 2 battery packs out of it, and fingers crossed and touch wood, not a problem. And it does drive well, but I've had to take the 16 tooth out. I think it was just a bit too fast for it, so I've gone down to 15 tooth. It carries a fair bit of speed with it if you use a decent 3S LiPo. Maybe, I can't GPS it, mine's busted, but I would estimate, you know, high 40s, mid to high 40s. And yeah, I guess I'm satisfied with the way that it drives. I'm satisfied with the build quality of the arms and everything like that, you know, how tough it is. I'm satisfied with that. The body shell's taken an absolute scuffing, like out in the street, like bashing it under cars. It's got stuck under cars, it's gone sliding down the road on its roof and all sorts. So, you know, it's pretty tough, which is a shame, and it drives well, which makes it a shame, you know. It is a shame. I also think they should have made like maybe an adjustable, I can't show you because it's all enclosed, but they should have made an adjustable motor mount rather than giving you prefixed holes of like 13, 14, 15, 16 tooths like that, you know. It would have been nice to have like an adjustable slider, maybe even go higher than a 16 tooth, you know, 18 tooth, something like that, make it go 50 plus, would be nice. But yeah, as it is, it drives well. But I think the suspension's a bit crappy. It seems alright as it is. I've had to raise up the back there, screw them down a bit. I put 900, sorry, I put 900 CST in the back there. Whether that's a good idea or bad idea, I don't know, but I put 900 CST in the back there, and it's with the battery in it, it's a bit saggy. It goes down and doesn't want to come up, whereas the front's quite stiff, and the back's soft. It'd be nice, maybe harder spring, I don't know, but with the battery in it, it tends to sort of sag a little bit like that, a little bit, not too much. But so I've screwed them down dialed them down quite a bit. But anyway, so that's what's been going on with my Maverick. Other than that, I like it, you know. It's a shame, and I didn't have any of these issues with the brushed monster truck that I bought. And some people say that they're good, some people say that they're bad. You know, it's kind of hit and miss. You take your chance whether you get a good one or a bad one. But for that reason, for me personally, I wouldn't recommend it at the moment until maybe they can up their build quality to be more consistent. And so just to note that it's worth checking if you do buy one. It's not a bad car, but if you do buy one, I would strongly suggest that the first thing you do is to open it up, screw this on tight with some thread lock. Make sure you do that up tight with some thread lock, because this will cause you no end of problems if it does come loose, which it probably will. And also, I can't really show you, but underneath here, from the center prop shaft, you've got the drive cups to the input shafts, either end. they come loose quite consistently, so you'll need to put some thread lock on them too. I would suggest do that pinion there with the front and back. Make sure you tighten those the input cups for the input shaft from the prop shaft, from the centre prop shaft. If you do those things from when you get it out of the box, maybe you might not have any issues with it, but I've certainly had my fair share of issues with it. I've kicked it, I've called it a piece of shite and all sorts, you know. So yeah, some people tell you it's great, some people tell you it's shit. You know, it just depends on whether you get a good one or a bad one, it seems. So yeah, but for me personally, I would say no. It's good drive, it drives well, but no, not yet. Until Maverick can make them so that they're not like, you know, hit and miss, like one's a good one, one's a shit one. Until they can be more consistent, I wouldn't personally recommend it at the moment, but it does drive well and it is potentially a good truck. Anyway, thank you for watching. Mark 1 out. Bye.